My friends, welcome to another stream here with me, the Superman, your superhero of cryptocurrency and 100 to 1000x gems. In today's video, my topic of discussion is going to be why you will not become a crypto millionaire. Unless. Now, the reason I'm bringing you this topic, while I am playing a retro game, which today is going to be Kung Fu on the Nintendo. And look, I have got a classic Nintendo controller. So the reason why, oh, here we go, good start. The reason why you're not going to become a crypto millionaire, for starters, is because it's next to impossible to become a crypto millionaire. Let me know that you can hear me okay and everything, and that the audio isn't too low or isn't too high. So the amount of crypto millionaires that actually exist today is a mere 0.02% of people. 0.02. So that is a fifth of a percent of people that are actually crypto millionaires. And that's insanely low, as you can imagine. Right? So you're already on a losing battle to become a crypto millionaire. Now, if you'll be aware, I've been in cryptocurrency for 8 years. I've already achieved that milestone, okay? But, you know, it's sometimes you can make it and you can lose it as well. Which is another big reason why people don't end up crypto millionaires, is because they're a millionaire 1 second, they hold too long, and then they are out of being a millionaire. And the longer you hold, sometimes, if you're holding at the wrong time, the more chance there is that you're going to end up being extremely poor and being back to where you were at the very beginning. It's actually a very difficult game. Oh, yes! I beat him! Let me just make sure that this is all working properly and everything. Yes, it is. Let me just share this out to the people of the Twitterverse, because no doubt people aren't going to be knowing, so... Right, here we go. Oh no, this level is next to impossible. This one, you've got snakes. They kill you if they touch you. You know, pretty much your health goes to 0. So the best thing to do is just avoid them. Or just... Oh no! This is such a tough game. It looks like it's easy, but it's actually not. So, anyway, so to carry on. So you're already starting from a losing position, in that most people do not become crypto millionaires. Most people sometimes don't even come out richer than they started. Jesus. And I would say that why I have managed to achieve, you know, a lot of success in cryptocurrency is because of risk. Most of you are not taking enough risk in order to be a crypto millionaire. To be a crypto millionaire, you have to go for something that is extremely risky. And in most cases, those who become crypto millionaires have done so out of pure luck. Okay, so they've got into something very risky and it paid off. Oh, how about you go... Oh, no! It's such a tough game. Yeah, so taking risk. That's what you've got to do in cryptocurrency. The first big investment I made, my 300x investment, was a huge risk. Because nobody was talking about it. And that's one of the big clues. When you're investing in something, it's got to be in something that no one is talking about. If you're getting into something that House of Crypto, Altcoin Daily, Coin Bureau, and all of these people have already either spoken about or are speaking about or have spoken about a few times, then you're getting into something that you're likely to make a 10x maximum. And that's on the assumption that you buy low. That's on the assumption that you achieve the full trajectory of a bull market, right? From almost the final low to the end. Oh, you bastard. This is such a hard game. Yes! So you've got to be investing in things that tell a great story. That is the number one thing. Not only should it be risky in terms of market cap, no one's talking about it, but it needs to tell a great story in whatever narrative it fits into. And when you are getting into it, you should be getting into it during the narrative playing out. My top performing coins, and you've seen them, I've got quite a few, 100 to 1000x cryptocurrencies in this cycle alone. This cycle. The cycle where we haven't really, apparently, had the bull market hasn't begun yet. Right? And I've already got a ton of multipliers because they tell a great story. Right? And most of the time, virtuals, neural, they weren't even, your tiny 10k coins. And they didn't even just rely on me to actually make the gains, right? They made the gains because they were small in market cap. They told a great story. And when the narrative hit, boom, it was absolutely perfect. And that is really the way in which that you start your trajectory to be. That's how you improve your chances. Thomas and Sylvia. Those are uncommon names, aren't they? Thomas and Sylvia. Right. Wait a minute, I'm on level 3. How did I get here? I'm already in uncharted territory right now. I'm just bashing the kick button, by the way. And by the way, I will take your questions too. Oh, yeah, trust him to send the knife downwards after I've ducked. What a tough game! And this isn't even... And this is why I like playing retro games, because they're unforgiving. And it's a little bit like the market. It's perfect. This is a reason why, Gen Z and the... the generations of younger people can't really do well in cryptocurrency, and why an old codger like me does, because I've always done things the hard way, including playing tough computer games like this. But you just pick yourself up. Oh, god damn, look at the size of this guy. I took half his energy. Get in there. Yeah, so I've always done things the hard way. Because when you're in my generation, when you were born in the 80s, then, things never came easy. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have email. You didn't have mobile phones. You didn't have convenience. You didn't have everything you wanted at your fingertips like you do now. You got all the music in the world at your fingertips. But no, not back in my day, where you had to use a payphone to contact people to pick you up. Jesus. So, I am used to doing it hard. The second big reason why you won't become a millionaire is because of impatience. Impatience, right? There's two variations of patience in crypto that investors fall foul to. One is not waiting long enough. So you will have seen that in the last 2 months, people have been selling ad nauseum. People have been getting rid of their coins, taking their profits. And if you got an amazing profit, fine, you should be taking profits, but not sell the whole bag necessarily. Oh, I got an extra life. Excellent. So people are impatient to hold for long enough, to hold until the money flow is truly in. And people are impatient in that they can't wait to buy. This is a lot of the problem that I get in as a YouTuber. Is that people, they want... Jesus! Is that people want a coin to buy. Supo, find us a coin to buy now. Oh, fuck you. And they're too impatient. Now's not the time to be buying. But people are buying. They're buying, Ondo, Chainlink, Fartcoin, all that lot. They can't wait. And then what happens is, let's say the next narrative that comes up is a gaming narrative. That's it. They've sunk their money into something that isn't going to do a 10x in a couple of days. Whereas if they waited, they might have done. Jesus, this game's tough. Can you hear it okay, by the way? I can't tell if I've put the game audio on. Oh, fuck! Right, game over. Now is the time to answer some questions. So Epsilon Superman meme coin, Ultra Khan D Gold, D Stefano Misfit, Big Boss Razza, Glenbert Red for Danger, Patrick, Alex Becker on Solana, and then we got some people on Twitch too. We've got Patrick on both Twitch and on YouTube. Chad by the Dip, Julian Tapia, Wise Fool, Lindsay, Sea Dreamer, Superman, any chance of a summer top? Nah, I'm wearing winter tops. No, I think that we are going to see a top in the latter half of the year. I think we're going to see a top probably, yeah, again, kind of maybe September. And depending, I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to react to the market. You can't just, this is the thing about cryptocurrency, is that people like to have a defined date things are going to happen. And the thing is that you just don't know. You don't know if the liquidity cycle is gonna peak in September. You don't even know if the liquidity is, I mean, the liquidity is on an up. But you know, but what's going to actually set, you know, things going absolutely haywire would be, oh, you bastard, would be something like some kind of stimulus, which I think is likely. But, you know, you don't know when that's likely to happen. You just got to be patient and wait. But I think that we're going to be seeing latter half of the year. I don't think that things are going to really start kicking off until from June, which is when we're likely to have the interest rates going down. And finally, you know, we're going to be seeing the Fed giving in to the pressure, basically. Oh, fuck, I forgot about these snakes. What the hell? This is such a brutal level. Oh, god damn. That's so tough. Hold on a minute. I'm so dumb for never selling anything. That's the problem, you know? Sometimes one doesn't sell. And I mean, I'm living proof of this. I've got 300 cryptocurrencies that are dead coins in my portfolio. I class it as still in my portfolio because they are. Will decentralized AI decentralized science get a season? I think that it's unlikely to. I'll be honest with you. It's just so boring. And I'm a person that, you know, I found Neos and I just found it boring when I was talking about it. Stanley Cup, people. You know, you gotta, don't drink out of a glass. Find the most expensive option. I have a Stanley Cup. Right. Oh, fuck! Such a tough game! Oh, man. It's so unforgiving! Just die straight away! How do you find a good degen coin? Well, the best thing to do is to wait, first of all, until A, the bull trend is there, and B, you know what the narrative is. That's the only way you can find a good coin. That's how I've found them in the past. Is by waiting until the money's actually coming in. You find a bottomed coin that tells a great story and is within the narrative that's currently in play. And that's it. Every single coin that I have made a 100x on has been through those means. It's not been through DCAing. It's not been through a bear trend where you're like, okay, prices are really low. Let's just buy a coin that everybody's talking about. No. The best way to do it... Oh, you little son of a fucking bitch. Yeah, so that's how you do it. You have to wait for the money flow. We have to be in a bull trend, and we know when that's happening because all the views on YouTube are absolutely shooting up, and you know coins are going up day after day. You know when the bull trend is there, right? So once that's there, that's number one. Number two, wait for the trend. All right, what's the trend? Now, they tend to show quite blatantly. So back in 2023, when the ETF news was hitting Bitcoin and people were speculating again, gaming was the first thing that did well. And I mean, you know, I was talking about some degen coins at the very beginning of the trend that did 30x's, you know, and they weren't even low market caps. They weren't even like 30k market caps. I mean, they were still in the 100k's and even millions, low millions. Oh, you fuck! You fuck! What do you think about pseudo and troll? I don't even know what pseudo is. All I know is pseudo cream. And troll, I'm not feeling it, to be honest. It's not... Yeah, I know Crypto Gains likes it. And I think he likes it under the same premise of, you know, Success Kid, Side-Eye Chloe, Disaster Girl, Cheers, and all that lot. Because they're traditional memes, you know? But I don't think the market gives a stuff for those right now. What I think the market likes are AI memes. You know, they like their... you know, fart coins and dumb crap like that. And, yeah, AIXBT and yada, yada, yada. Oh, I'm going to get him this time. Yeah, you're not going to beat me now. I don't care. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Boy, he made me look stupid, didn't he? He very nearly beat me. I'm going. I'm not going to even try and take them on. Right. The third reason is greed. Okay? Which is related to one of the comments that was made a minute ago, which is you don't sell. Right? The reason why people don't sell, and I mean, don't think, by the way, that I'm lecturing you and saying, oh, I'm perfect. Do what I do. Right? Because I do the exact same. Sometimes I hold too long. Sometimes I think this narrative's going to come back, and it doesn't. Oh, fucking hell. It's such a tough game. And, you know, and so, and the reason you hold too long is greed, sometimes. You know, most of the time, you've got a coin, it's done a 5x, and you're like, no, 5x is shit, right? It's done a 30x or a 10x or something, and you're like, right, this can do 100x, right? It's not done 100x yet, so I'm not going to sell it. Bang. That's it. It goes down to where it started, it goes down to below where it started, and you're basically completely fucked. Right? And that is probably one of the most common reasons why you won't become a millionaire. Is because you don't take the profits off the table. I mean, you don't have to sell the whole thing. You don't have to sell the whole thing. Sell a bit. Oh, fucking bastard. So you don't leverage trade? No, I don't leverage trade anything. No, because you can easily get liquidated. And I just don't trust that system. Let's give this another try. Let's see if I can go past level 3. I doubt I will. But you never know. Level 3 is already uncharted territory because level 2 is an absolute nightmare. But I'm a massive Kung Fu fan. So greed. You know, you've got to take profits off the table. When you've got a 10x, take some profits off the table. Even if it's a little bit, even if it's your original investment, take it off the table, right? So that everything else is just vanity at that point, right? Come here, mofo. Right, your ass is mine, Mr. Green. Yeah, they don't like the slidey kick. They don't like the sweeping of the leg. Supo, why don't you do sponsored videos? No, because no. I'm not willing to ruin my reputation. Right? My reputation has always been I find degen coins myself. I don't have someone come up to me and say, Supo, we're a degen coin, will you talk about us if we pay you? No. Because that removes the most pivotal element. The element that adds value is that I find it, right? Because I am the gem finder. And if I'm not finding it, it's not a gem. And if I'm not finding it and it's not a gem, it's not going to make a 100x or anything close to that. And I know this is we live in times where let's say a founder of a particular coin will pay me 30 grand if I accept it. Will pay me 30 grand. Oh, you bastard. Yes! Come on, that was masterful. will pay me 30 grand to talk about a coin. I talk about it, and then he'll just rug it. Because I'll talk about it, it'll do a 2x, 3x, 5x, who knows, depending on how violent the money flow is. And then he'll rug it. He'll rug it under all of you. And I'm not willing to do that, right? I don't have the lack of morals to do that. I know some people do, and all power to them. But I believe in karma. I believe in positive karmic actions. And if you do good, you don't charge, then you get it back in spades. And if you do charge, then eventually something in life will come back to haunt you. I don't know what, but I just believe in that. So I believe that one should act in good faith. Fuck! Bastard! One should act in good faith. Look at him. And then they will get what's coming to them. And that's why I don't like when people blame, whether it's me or other YouTube. Well, okay, maybe other YouTubers, because other YouTubers are bloody clueless and talk with a confidence that makes them believable. But I don't like when people play the blame game with me, because at the end of the day, most of what I find does make insane gains. It just so happens it can't always make insane gains. They don't all go up. They don't go up forever, and that's just life. Can't rain all the time, as Brandon Lee would say. Very apt to quote Brandon Lee right now, playing Kung Fu. Come on, I just want to get to this boss. Fuck off. I apologise for the swearing, but that is just my natural... Oh, yes! I took half his energy off. That was a good fly kick. Wait a minute. Let me just see what other questions you guys have got. Do you watch other wallets for picks? Yes, sometimes. But again, I watch... What was I saying? Yeah, I look at them sometimes, but I only look so I can... if they haven't spoken about it, yeah, that's the time you should definitely buy it. If it's like the wallet of someone who's a huge YouTuber, then you should definitely buy whatever they buy before they talk about it. And I know that's what people do with me. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many times I change wallets, it will still happen, because these wallet technologies are bloody clever. Fuck. Oh no! I hate this game. And not only do I hate this game, but it's also impossible to play while answering questions on live streaming, This requires utmost concentration, because Jesus Christ, the timing has to be just right. Again, just like crypto. Timing has to be right. You have to be on a momentum. Oh Jesus! Ah! Still reckon I'm performing better than 90% of people on this game, regardless of the fact I'm streaming this and dying very regularly. Oh, these midgets are really annoying. No! Oh yes, I jumped it. Right, I'm going to be coming across bloody George Foreman in a second, and I've got virtually no strength to take him on. Oh, you... Ah! Dead! Do you play NES? Play on the NES, look. So what's the difference between the YouTube channel Superman and Superman Plus? Well, Superman Plus is just chill live streams. Whereas Superman is where I put my most viral videos. Okay, where I am looking for the maximum amount of views. I'm going to come on to the fourth reason now why you won't be a millionaire unless, right? And that is that you watch YouTubers or follow X accounts and think that they are the gospel truth, right? And by YouTubers, I mean shit YouTubers. YouTubers that don't have a record. Like, I've got a record. I've been doing this for 8 years. I made my first, massive multiplier in March 2017. And I've got a record of plentiful amounts of 30x pluses and 100x's. I've got 20 or so 100x's. Oh, you little C word. Right, okay. You. Right. Gotta battle this strategically. Yes! Just take them on some extra pointage. Wait a minute. What? Oh yeah, I have started again, haven't I? Right, let's have a look and see. Joe Parry's is the sponsored content king. Yeah, he is. I've told him. I've actually spoken with him about this, and he said I'm going to take less sponsored videos. You're right? But he actually continues. And I think the reason why is because, when you make a lot of money and then you have these bear trends. I mean, look at Plan B. Right, he did the exact same last market. Like, he all of a sudden starts charging for things, or has a Binance referral link or something stupid, right? Because when times are tough, they're so used to making money in the good times that they can't stand to lose money in the bad times, so they take sponsored videos. But I don't do that. I would rather suffer and come what may. Ah! I believe in good karma. Super, do you think Ada can hit... Oh, fuck! Do you think Ada can hit $3 this bull market? If we have the blow off top bull market that we have every time, yeah, definitely. I'm not going to make it. It's like, this is the opposite of WagMe Games. I'm not going to make it. I've got a third of energy left, and I've got to take on that boomerang guy. And I've undoubtedly got to take on that dickhead with a knife and these midgets at the same time. So it's just not going to happen, is it? I may as well just cut my losses. Oh! Yes! That is the equivalent of making a 100x. It never fucking happens, but sometimes you just get lucky. Yeah, so, look. These YouTubers, right? They are great at getting views. Right? Altcoin Daily, Crypto Manran, or whatever his name is. No BS Crypto, House of Crypto, Coin Bureau. They're all amazing at getting views. But what have they really ever called? Nothing. Like, I can tell you this. One call of mine... Sterling AI, for instance. Okay, it's nowhere now, but who cares? If you bought when I spoke about it, sold, hours later, that was a 65x. Right? I can tell you now, I don't think Crypto Daily, not Crypto Daily. Crypto Daily's a legend. I don't think, oh, you fucking bastards. I don't think that House of Crypto has found one 65x ever. Right? I don't think Altcoin Daily has. I don't think Coin Bureau has. I don't think any of these guys have found one. And I find them all the time. Leah. Look at that. That just 10x'd in like the space of 10 days. If you remember 2 Moon or Mooned, that 10x'd in a stream. Like, because I find the ones that tell a great story. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that was a legendary... Oh, you fucking bastard! This is tough as nails. This game is so tough! Supo, AI16Z, X account suspended or banned? What? Has it really? Only you made a 65X from Sterling AI. No. I didn't, actually. I didn't make a 65X. But somebody probably did. Yeah, if they were there at the right time. But, you can't argue with it. It went from 25k to 1.6 million in hours. I mean, you can't really replicate that level of skill. I'm sorry. It just is my talent. That's my talent, And even if one didn't get this full 65x, which you can't, because, and I'm going to come on to this in a minute, crypto is a zero-sum game. You know, somebody is going to get that 65k, but not everybody can. Somebody's going to get it. It's who has got the balls to actually make the moves at the right time. And even if one didn't get 65, I mean, within there was going to be a multiple amounts of people who got a 20x, a 30x. So, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You know, oh, why are you being a bastard today? Why are you being tough? Yes. At the end of the day, still, most crypto YouTubers will get a 10x in an entire bull market. And I can get them in hours. Bear with me 1 second. What I like is when people beg to get banned, basically. So bear with me. I love it when people beg to get banned. It just makes the job easier on me. Right, now, can I get a good run? No, I cannot. Dead. What do you think about Satoshi Sink? Who gives a shit about Satoshi Sink? Alright, it doesn't matter anymore. Right, unless there's a Bitcoin season, Bitcoin layer 2 season, no one's going to give a rat's about Satoshi Sink. Right? I don't even think Satoshi Sink give a rat's about Satoshi Sink anymore. You know? And that is the truth of the matter in these... Oh, fucking hell. That's the truth of the matter these days, is that, you know, a project is only around for as long as they are perceived as relevant. If they're not, they make a quiet getaway, and most people don't even know they've left. And Satoshi Sink, I spent a lot of money on that, never sold any, and lost some. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. But the most important thing is that doesn't happen to you all the time. Alright? All you need are a couple of big wins. And I think that is one of the key reasons why people won't become a millionaire, is because all you need, really, to become a millionaire is 2 10x's. 2 10x's is all you... Oh, you fucking wanker! 2 10x's is all you need. 1 10x, sell. Get into another 1 10x, sell. That's it. You got your, well, not necessarily millionaire, but make a lot of money. But most people want to just get it in one coin, and most of the time they have to wait a long time for it, and they're not gonna get 2 lots of 10x's. If you watch me consistently, basically you'll get that within 2 weeks. But you know, but you've got to be, yeah, you've got to respect that crypto is a zero-sum game. You know, one person selling will tank the whole chart, and you could be that person. But if you're not that person, somebody will be. You know, and that's the thing. You've got to remember that you're in a player versus player environment. But I would never recommend that you sell your whole lot in one go. Because if you do that, you're going to end up not getting anything because of the lack of liquidity in a coin. You're probably going to actually come out with probably a 2x. Because, you know, you sold it all in one go and you've had to hit all the buy orders on the way down. So you're just not going to make a big multiplier. But crypto at the end of the day, all it's about is money. It's all it's about. Oh, man. Bear with me 1 second. I'm not answering enough questions. Thanks, Super. I got into Sui at 49 cents, Nair at 90 cents. Nice. Hey, Super. On one hand, you say we need to have patience and not sell early, and we can't be greedy, so then ladder sell. On one hand, you say we need to have patience and not sell early. It depends on the asset, right? It depends on the asset, right? So a lot of people will sell something like Leah AI or Colin or something awesome like that, like an awesome coin. They'll sell too early, right? That has a coin that has longevity, right? But what people won't sell is a coin that is really capitalizing on the narrative at that point, right? And it's not going to last forever, right? That's the difference. But I mean, you know, I think that people sell too early in the respect that they will sell and they will take a 2x just simply. Oh, come on! They'll take a 2x just simply because I'd rather take a 2x than not take anything. And those are the people that later on moan in Telegram and say I sold too early. That's just that. Is guns the coin of off the grid? Yes, it is. Yes. Mantra is pumping, is it? Nice. I actually did buy some Mantra. I thought, why not? I saw it at like 43 cents and I just thought, why not? Just buy a bit. If it keeps falling, it keeps falling. I did the same with Luna. Am I on level 3 now? Come on. You know, I never liked Mantra at $6. I thought Mantra at $6 was fucking stupid. Anybody buying that I thought was an idiot. And then Alex Becker comes along days later and says, buy Mantra at $7. What was he thinking? I hope people didn't actually buy. He's like, these should be safe plays. Mantra. Did a Luna, pretty much. Right, level 3's going well. I've still got 2 lives as well. Come on. This can be the time. No, it can't, because it's arsehole. Right, I've gotten rid of the knife guys. That must be it. Foreman's mine. Oh, no. Fucking midgets. Knife's still here. What the hell? I'm never going to beat Foreman now. By the way, George Foreman is one of my favourite boxers of all time. Fucking love George Foreman. That guy is like my role model in boxing. Right, come on. Fuck, didn't even get a shot on him. Super, how do you cope with the missed opportunities? By that, do you mean missed opportunities to sell or coins I didn't get in that ended up pumping? Because if I get a missed opportunity, I think who cares at the end of the day? Because I think there's plenty of trains. But if I miss an opportunity to sell, you just write it off. That's that. If you're lucky enough to get anything out of it, try. But otherwise, just write it off. That's that. And just try harder next time. I find that the best learning opportunities come when I have missed an opportunity or when I've failed, when I've made a loss. Nah, I'm not going to beat Foreman. Not with the knife guy still around. Jesus, these guys are just relentless. And I'm not even halfway through the bloody game yet. This game is just literally so tough. Ah! Foreman! Ah! I need full life to beat him. Super, this has been such a weird bull market. It's been such a weird bull market. We had an early pump in March last year, then another one in around December, and then a huge crash. How is this going to affect a potential alt season? Well, because there is no alt season. Alt seasons don't exist anymore. Fucking hell, these guys drain the life out of me. There's no such thing as altcoin seasons. It's narrative seasons. It's been replaced. Like, you do have alt seasons in the respect that there's an uplift, like an osmosis-based uplift in all coins that, you know, kind of found a bottom. But, you know, they have to be part of a narrative now to make the big multipliers. And that's just a fact. So, fuck alt seasons. But what I will say though, is that now we live in a time where we've just got ebbing and flowing. I'm not necessarily sure we're going to have monumental... I'm not sure, alright? We're yet to have this... We've never seen the opposite, to be fair. We always have the blow off top and then a massive bear market where everything gets absolutely incinerated. But what we've had in this bull market is we've actually had no bull market. We have had just an ebb and flow. What we've had is we've had bull seasons, bear seasons, bull seasons, bear seasons. That's that. Like right now we are in a bear season still. You know, because no one's really watching at the moment. The money flow isn't in. Coins are in the hole. Oh, fucking hell. You threw 2 knives! Odds of Farage is next PM. I hope never. Jerry Banfield's in the house. Good to see you. Do you have a set of projects to jump on when a narrative pops off? If you miss the first, you buy the others. No. No, I don't have a list. I don't have a list because... I mean, I do now, I guess. So if there's a gaming season... because this has been a quite long bull market, well, a long cycle, then, you know, I have had coins on my watch list, as it were, that I can easily reference. But there's always new coins. You know, when the gaming season happened last time, you had Creo and Lit Labs and some coins that came out of nowhere that, you know, there's going to be another version of that next time we have a gaming season. There's just going to be new games. Yeah, and they're going to do well. Yeah, maybe for a month or so. But, you know, you have to just wait for the time to come to know what's there. I've got some games. I've got some AI. I've got some RWA, maybe. Not really. I've got some memes. But, you know, you have to wait and see what the season has to offer, what they want. You know, memes, for instance, in the last season were AI memes that did the best. You know, and general memes, yeah, they did okay, but really AI memes are what slaughtered all the rest of them. God, I'm only on level 1. Right, this is my last one, by the by. This is my last go. So it's all or nothing. This ain't gonna be easy. Oh, man, I'm getting better at the snakes, though. Shit. Yeah, Nintendo games make me swear. Just like Paperboy did. You know, the more basic and old the game, the more frustrating and unforgiving it is, and therefore the more I swear. But, yeah, I just find these games so damn fun. You know, Kung Fu is a classic Nintendo game. You know, this came out in, like, what, 1985? When, you know, you had the likes of Karate Kid, and you still kind of had the Kung Fu series, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, all those brilliant movies. The 80s was kick-ass for Kung Fu movies, right? So, I am playing a game of its time. But you know what, right? This is the thing that surprises me in cryptocurrency, is that of all the games that exist right now, and Gunzilla's, I mean, it's a good game. Off the Grid's a good game. I don't care for it. Because I don't like playing these Call of Duty type games. I like playing, or Fortnite games. I like playing games like this. And what surprises me, even to this day, in 2025, is that we don't have any kind of crypto projects where I could be like, okay, I'm not going to bother playing Nintendo games or SNES games. I'm going to play crypto games. There's nothing like that because no one's made games like this. And this is like 40 years old. So that's just showing you how stupid the market is. We've got so many overvalued, multi-billion-dollar projects. Gaming, well, okay, maybe not gaming right now, but they have been. You know, Gala and all that, like multi-billionaire projects, and you can't even have a game like this. Something really simple to play and fun, easily streamable, and actually has an audience. You don't have that. And that's just, you know, that's what's wrong with the market. Like, this market's a joke. You know, so you just got to take your money sometimes, because a lot of what is out there is absolute dross. Fucking hell, I didn't have time to duck. So do you think that Omega X can do a 100X? I don't know, I have to look at that. Because they launched a Binance coin, which I think is stupid. The two things that I hate when a project does is when they launch another coin, and that dilutes their attention and dilutes their, you know, their Telegram followers' attention, right? As soon as a meme coin is like, right, we're going to launch another coin, I'm like, I'm out of there. You know? So, and the same with when a coin, fucking hell. And it's the same when a coin, when they release on another chain. That's just stupid. Just have one bloody coin on one bloody chain and leave it. That's how you boss it. Like, I am the gospel king when it comes to this stuff, because I have seen it time and time again. I know exactly. You know, I know exactly what projects are likely to retain their interest and relevance, make a 100x, and what's not. And my... Oh, fucking hell. Double teamed here. Double knifed! So I'll have to look at it. Yeah, but this has... But like I said, I don't think that this is a traditional bull market anymore. I think that we are just going to have ebbs and flows. It's going to be a bull trend, and then it's a bear trend. And that's how I think it's going to be. And you've just got to take your money and run when it's a bull trend. When the market is there and perfect for you to to harvest profits, gotta go for it. Oh yes. Ah yes! Haha! Viva Mexico! So, any other questions? Are you a trencher? Oh, that means Gunsmoke on Nez all day. Never actually played it. So, Super, your thoughts on Boys Club? No, it's relatively evergreen. I mean, it's made evergreen because of Pepe. Pepe is one of the original Boys Club members. Yeah, I saw an interesting stat today. So I said to you earlier about not in, literally there's only 0.02% of people become millionaires in crypto, right? And half of them are Bitcoin millionaires. So the rest of them would have been meme coin millionaires, I would have thought. But I saw an interesting stat today, which is that on Pump.fun, there are 8,000 wallets that have over 1 million. Oh, shit. That have over 1 million. Come on. Come on. Oh, no! That's it, people. That is it for today. There's 8,000 wallets with over $1 million. And that just goes to show that, because, in relation to how many people are Bitcoin millionaires, there's only 88,000 crypto millionaires, right? And 8,000 are Pump.fun. That's a 10% have made their fortunes on Pump.fun. That shows you that you've got to take bigger risk if you want to become a millionaire. To become a millionaire, you need to take bigger risk. Otherwise, you take smaller risk but put more money in. That's really the kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The trade-off. But to me, I actually go big on small coins, so sometimes it really works out for me. The market's changed, people. Market has changed dramatically, and this is just an indication of. Bear with me. This is just an indication. Look at that. This is just in this season, right? And all of these have been buying in narrative, right? And yet, if we have a look at the buy-in prices from from the spreadsheet I made in the bear market, I've outperformed the biggest multiplier. And if you look down, there's actually only a handful that make huge multipliers, right? So the chances are even more decreased of becoming a crypto millionaire, right? So it's a tough game. So what I would recommend is that how you try and tackle a bull market is by trying to get a 10x sell, find something to put your 10x profits into, 10x sell. And by that, you've got to go into risky coins that tell a good story, have a good narrative. All right. Now, one of those ways of doing that is by obviously following me, because I've got the record for picking them. Or otherwise, just use my exact criteria, because a lot of people in my groups, you only have to look in the meme coin group, the gaming group and other groups, right? There have been people that when the narrative is actually in, they will say, "Super, what do you think of this coin?" I say, "Shit," and it does a 10x, 20x, and it does happen, just purely because the narrative kicks off. It's a small market cap. It tells a great story in their opinion, and other people obviously think so too. I've got very high standards, so I will typically call everything shit, right? But it doesn't mean that everybody necessarily shares my standards, and you can make your gains that way. But what you got to do is take risk, good story, and try and split it into two. Instead of going 100x on one, try and go 10x on two. Multiply your 10x with the second coin, and you've just got to try and make sure that you sell when the opportunity comes, whether that's waiting too long or selling early. You know, if you get a 10 to 30x, you should probably sell at least half of it. Or at the very least, take your initials off, is what I would say. And to really be a millionaire, you got to be lucky, right? You got to be lucky. And that is really the key thing. And it's unfortunate, but that is that, right? The stats speak for themselves. You know, 0.02 have become millionaires in cryptocurrency. There we are. And that's a fact. Right, that's it, people. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I know it may be depressing, a depressing subject. You know, it sells to tell people they're going to become a millionaire, but the likelihood is that you're not, right? You're not. But there are ways, but you've got to just avoid doing certain things. And one of those things is listening to shit YouTubers and being impatient. My name's the Superman. You've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. It is lights out or out.